Hi everybody, I'm Ryan, and today we're going to talk about how to sideboard against the top 10 most popular decks in Standard with the Blue-White Omniscience Combo deck. Now, if you're looking for like a primer in the deck, I did deck tech on this that was posted on the channel at some point last week. You should totally check that out, but we're just going to focus on sideboarding. So let's do it. So as far as the sideboard goes, exercise, we like against, great artifact, enchantment hate, good against the enduring creatures, great against domain, etc., especially against decks that are sided in rest in peace against us. Same thing with Get Lost, but it's also pretty good against creatures that are going to hit us pretty hard. Grand Abolisher is a 2-mana 2/2. During your turn, opponent can't cast spells or activate abilities of artifact creatures or enchantments. This is very much our answer to things like counter magic. Temporary Lockdown, we're playing for these aggressive decks. Also, it's a fine answer to rest in peace. Minor Misstep, another great answer to the aggressive decks. Negate, we're going to be grabbing with Invasion to stop board wipes when we like combo and stuff like that. But mostly it's just to be able to fight on the stack a little bit. And then Unnerving Grasp, return to one on-land permanent to its owner's hand, Manifest Dread. It's just another way to answer those problematic permanents that interrupt our combo. And we are never siding in Season of Weaving because we're just going to be grabbing it from our sideboard with the Invasion. That being said, the most popular deck is Gruul Aggro. The 6th most popular deck is Gruul Prowess. And the 8th most popular deck is Mono Red Prowess, and we're going to sideboard the same against all of them. We're going to be bringing in our Get Lost just as additional removal, the Temporary Lockdowns, and the Minor Missteps. We're just trying to stop what they're doing as fast as possible. We're going to side out of these expensive cards. Confounding Riddle is basically like the big expense. We like a Pharaoh's Dispersal because it slows our opponents down. That being said, we're just going to side out of a single Moment of Truth, a single Charter Course. I'm not sure which one's better or worse, but this is how I'm going to sideboard against those red base aggressive decks. The second most popular deck is Esper Self Bounce. We're also going to sideboard the same against Dimir Self Bounce, which is the 5th most popular deck. Against this deck, they have Rest in Peace, which is really bad for us. So we're going to bring in Exercise and Get Lost to deal with that. They also can interrupt our combo partway through it. So to stop that, we're going to be siding in these Grand Abolishers, as well as these Negates. And Temp Lockdown is pretty good at shutting just everything down. That being said, not a big fan of these 3-mana spells. We want to stay as low to the ground as possible. And then we're just going to shave on Moment of Truth and Charter Course, and that's how I'm going to sideboard against Esper Pixie and Dimir Pixie. The 3rd most popular deck is Golgari Midrange. Against Golgari Midrange, I am a pretty big fan of Get Lost, being able to deal with those problematic creatures. And then we're going to trade it off for a slightly worse version of that. This time I'm going to sideboard against Golgari. The 4th most popular deck is Domain. Against Domain, we're loving this enchantment hate. We have to be really, really aware of Rest in Peace. In addition, they often have ways to like interrupt us, so Grand Abolisher is pretty okay, as well as, Negate. That being said, we're probably going to combo before they actually start attacking. So we're going to sideboard out of these Dispersals, and then generally just shave on these Charter Course and Moment of Truths, and that's how I'm going to sideboard against Domain. We've already talked about the 5th most popular deck, which is Dimir Self Bounce. We've already talked about the 6th most popular deck, which is Gruul Prowess. So the 7th most popular deck is Dimir Midrange. Against Dimir Midrange, we're a fan of Get Lost. I'm a fan of Unnerving Grasp, being able to return like the bat, the turn you're going to combo or whatever, seems pretty powerful. And then we're going to bring in some Minor Missteps because they just really flood up on the Duresses and like Ghost Vacuum and things like that. That being said, Grand Abolisher is pretty powerful because of the Ghost Vacuum. Going to be siding out of the Ifara's Dispersal and then shaving on the Confounding Riddle, just because like staying as far low to the ground as possible is really important. So I'm going to sideboard against Dimir Midrange. We've already talked about the 8th most popular deck, which is Mono Red Prowess. The 9th most popular deck is the Vorcolor Zur deck, which is just a slightly different version of Domain, which brings us to the 10th most popular deck, which is Jeskai Convoke. Against the Jeskai Convoke deck, obviously Temporary Lockdown is excellent. Also have to bring in Grand Abolisher for Protect the Negotiators, Exercise, and Get Lost for the Rest in Pieces. And we're just going to be siding out of Confounding Riddle. Unfortunately, they're attacking, so we really like the Ifara's Dispersal, and so we're just going to bring out the Moment of Truths and just a single Charter Course, and that's how I'm going to sideboard against Convoke. So there you have how to sideboard against the top 10 most popular decks in Standard with the Blue-White Omniscience Control deck. If you like this video, please be sure to like and subscribe. Check me out on social medias. Links are above me and in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.